Hello everyone, this is Sharpedo43 once again, bringing you all another Wi-Fi battle. I'm going to be doing a standard OU battle against someone by the name of Staraptorking. I just found this guy on Twitch. He didn't necessarily specify a tier once again, so I just brought this team as usual, the team that I've been using for quite a while now, against a bunch of people. And I actually wanted to show this battle because he's actually using a bunch of Pokemon that I actually like Goodra, Gardevoir, Honchkrow. There's also Weavile and Arcanine. I think the only one I don't like, honestly, on this team is the Gastrodon. But, and looking at the team right now, it almost looks like a completely UU team. At least in the sense that Mega Gardevoir and Weavile were pushed down to OU for a time before they got rebanned back to borderline. But, yeah, so I guess you can kind of say that this is kind of like an OU versus UU kind of battle. But, yeah, I thought this battle was, I guess, kind of interesting, just because of the team that he brought. More so because of that, more than anything, honestly. Yeah, honestly. Can't talk. But, yeah, I'm going to lead off with the Rotom-H here, as you can see. And he's going to lead off with Goodra. I think what I try to do here is go for Toxic, because these Goodras can be Assault Vest and they can take hits like nothing. So I figured, why not Toxic it? But he's going to actually switch out and go into Gastrodon, which I'm perfectly fine with getting a Toxic on anyway, because these things always are the most annoying things to battle with. And, yeah. So now that this thing's Toxic, it's all the more good. I think here I switch out, though, because I do not want to stay in with Rotom-H. I think I go into Decidueye here. Yeah, I do. And I think here I try to go for a U-turn after he goes for Scald. I think he does get the burn with Scald though, which is really annoying, but it's all good. I think like I said, I think I try to go for U-turn here, because I mean he should want to still switch out even though I'm burned, because honestly, Leaf Blade from Decidueye, even while not invested in attack and burned, still should do a lot to something that's X4 weak to grass moves, especially when it's coming from a 90 base attack in the form of Leaf Blade. So yeah, he does switch out here. And I think he's going to go into Arcanine. Yeah, he's going to go into Arcanine. And I think, like I said, I do go for the U-turn. And on the U-turn, after he gets this Intimidate, of course, I think I do go into Diancie, just so I can take advantage of instantly Mega Evolving. I do not think he's going to carry Choice Scarf on this Arcanine, in all honesty, which is why I'm confident in going into Diancie right here to get the speed boost. And even if he were Scarfed, the only move he can really hit me with, in all honesty, is the close combat, because Flare Blitz does nothing, does not get Earthquake, Rock Slide does nothing, Crunch does nothing. Only Solar Beam, which requires Power Herb, can do something, but you have to be Power Herb to even make that work. So here, as you can see, I just send in Diancie, just go for Diamond Storm, get that nice ass defense boost. Not that I need it anyways, because he's just gonna go into Gardevoir, which can take out my Diancie with one Hyper Voice, I believe, because Diancie's Spadef is not necessarily the greatest, and Gardevoir's special attack is actually quite powerful, actually. So yeah, obviously I'm going to want to switch out. I'm going to go into this thing, and I'm just going to hope he doesn't go for Psyshock, because the Psyshock will hurt on this Rotom, because this Rotom I think is Spadef invested to take Psychics, Hyper Voices from Mega Gardevoirs and stuff like that, and also Electric hits from Tapu Kokos and Mega Manectrics and all that. So here, I thought he was going to go for Hyper Voice, but he actually goes for Energy Ball, which is good to know, because honestly I don't have to worry about sending in something like Swampert or something against this thing. He's going to switch out though. I was going to go for Voltage just to get some prior damage on the off chance he decides to stay in and go for Psyshock, but he's just going to actually just go back into the Gastrodon once again. So here, the Volt Switch fails obviously, so now I just have to I forgot what I switched into here. I think I just go back into the Decidueye, in all honesty, because I don't think there's any reason not to go back into it, honestly. Unless he has Ice Beam or something, which I do think he does carry. I don't know if he goes for it though. I don't remember. This battle happened a while ago as well, so I kind of don't remember. Okay, so I go into Swampert, and I guess the reason I go into Swampert here though is just so I can get the Stealth Rocks up, because I see that this guy likes to switch quite an amount. So yeah, he goes for Scald on my Swampert. Does not get the burn, but right now the burn is the least of my concerns on this Swampert. With Swampert, the only thing I want right now is just to get the rocks up, because that would actually help me quite a bit. He's gonna switch out Gastrodon though. I don't know why though. because he could have just gone for Toxic unless he doesn't carry it on the Gastrodon. But either way, I'm gonna set up the Stealth Rocks. Or maybe he saw the Stealth Rocks coming and he decided to send in Honchkrow to do damage before taking Stealth Rocks or something. Maybe that was the plan. He's gonna go for the Brave Bird here, which is gonna do quite an amount to Swampert. Unfortunately, it doesn't put it in range for my Yappa Berry, so it's definitely not going to proc, unfortunately. So now I'm just gonna go for Scald here, and I do quite an amount thanks to the Torrent boost, but it doesn't take out the Honchkrow, unfortunately. And this Honchkrow wasn't even Life Orb, which makes me wonder if this thing was like either Banded or Z-moved. Which, if it was Z-moved, it'd be kind of crazy, honestly. And if it's Banded, that's also just as crazy, because what are you gonna do? Sucker Punch and then switch out? I don't know. Either way, he does take out my Swampert with Honchkrow now, and he's gonna get the +1 with Moxie. I send out Tenebricite here because I do want to just Sucker Punch this thing myself before he tries to get a lot of damage on my Bisharp for going down, basically. But he does not. He actually switches out to Goodra once again, and I'm like, oh, okay, now this was something I wasn't expecting. So here, what I do now is I think switch back into Rotom-H. Yeah, and I do. And what I'm gonna do here now, I think, is go for a. I think I try to go for Volt Switch again. Yeah, actually no, I try to go for Toxic. This thing goes for Fire Blast on my Rotom-H, which I'm fine with because it survives, honestly, and it can take it very well. He's gonna go for Draco Meteor now, so this pretty much shows that it's probably a Soul Fist. It's not choiced in any way. And then here, like I said, I'm gonna go for Toxic. I do think I miss though. Yeah, I do miss the freaking Toxic, which is kind of annoying because getting this thing Toxic would be really, really nice, because Goodra is one of those annoying ass mons that can take hits on the special side and then just proceed to switch out. But yeah, he's gonna go into Gastrodon now, and I think here I try to go for Volt Switch, expecting a switch. Although I was kind of, oh no, I don't go for Volt Switch. Never mind, I go for Pain Split instead because my Rotom-H was weakened, and I felt like he might have switched out. And if he didn't switch out, I could definitely weaken the Goodra as well by going for Pain Split because he was close to full HP as well. So yeah, I figure why not. But then I think here's where I decide to switch out once again, and I think here's where I decide to go into the Decidueye. It has to be. It has to be that I go into the Decidueye here. And I do go into Decidueye. Yeah, I do go into the Decidueye. Which, I think here, instead of going for the U-turn, I think I do now go for the Scald. I mean for the Scald. He goes for the Scald, but he actually, go for the Leaf Blade. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Because if I don't, then that'd be kind of odd. Actually, you know what? I don't think I go for the Leaf Blade just because, I don't know. Or maybe I do. I don't remember. I don't remember if I went for Leaf Blade. I'm going to assume that I did go for Leaf Blade though. No, I did not. I switch out actually, going to Nihilego. Why though? I don't know, honestly, because this thing honestly doesn't fare well. Oh, maybe because I was anticipating a switch back in the Goodra, but honestly, without a Toxic on that thing, I don't really know what this Nihilego can do to a what's it called, Goodra. Unless I was maybe expecting to switch back into Gardevoir, I don't know. Either way, I do switch into the Diancie right here and take a Thunderbolt, which does kind of suck, honestly, just because it's gonna do a lot of damage to my Diancie. It doesn't do over half, thankfully, because Diancie is that bulky, I guess. But I am gonna go for the Moonblast here. But he's gonna switch out into Honchkrow, which is just gonna die to rocks, which is, I'm fine with that, honestly. If what he was trying to do was sack it, that's perfectly fine. Here, he sends in Gardevoir now, and I think here I switch out again because I don't think this Gardevoir has taken enough prior damage for me to actually take it out yet. So I figured that maybe after another round of Stealth Rocks I'd be able to take it out, but for now I don't think it can. So I'm gonna switch out. He does go for the Hyper Voice now, which was what I was expecting earlier, and he does go for it. It does quite an amount to Rotom, which is why I was expecting him to go for Psyshock afterwards. But he doesn't go for it. He actually switches out the Gardevoir once again and goes back into Gastrodon. I think here I tried to go for Volt Switch again, just to see if I could now get the prior damage if I do happen to survive a Psyshock from the Mega Gardevoir. But he doesn't let me, and he just goes into Gastrodon, and I just go for Volt Switch on a ground type, which prevents me from pivoting, basically. So he's going to get leftovers, I'm going to get leftovers, and I believe this Gastrodon's going to get poison damage because he switched in. And then I think I switch into, what's it called? The Decidueye once again, because once again, I have no reason to not send it in, unless he goes for Ice Beam, which he has not revealed yet. And he now actually does reveal the Ice Beam, which is good to know. But I think at this point it's kind of too late because he has never went for Recover or anything like that. He's been, I guess, either, I don't know. He's been either going for Skulls or just Skull, honestly. Like, I've never seen him go for Protect or Toxic or Recover or anything like that. So it's kind of crazy how he never went for any defensive options on his Gastrodon. But yeah, here I'm finally just going to go for the Leaf Blade. He stays in. I guess he thought I was going to try to predict him this time and go for a U-turn or try to double switch on him or something. But he I don't. I just stay in and go for Leaf Blade, which is fine with me because now I can actually see what else he has, and this Goldeneye can now be Death Fodder. He is going to go into Gardevoir, which is going to now take another round of Stealth Rocks, which is excellent because now I do think that I have enough for the Diancie to just come in and take it out. So I just leave my Decidueye to just go down to the Gardevoir, and then I get a free switch into, I believe, Diancie afterwards. So yeah, here comes Diancie, and I'm going to go straight for the Diamond Storm, not the Moonblast, because Diamond Storm is a physical move, and Mega Gardevoir's physical defense is just the same as regular Gardevoir's, which is pretty low. So I was confident I'd be able to take it out with a Stab 100 base power Diamond Storm from a 160 base attack Diancie. So yeah. And now here he's going to send in Sly Cooper, and I'm actually glad I got the +2 in the defense because I don't think I would have been able to live this incoming Icicle Crash that this Weavile goes for had I not gotten the +2 defense. And I take it pretty well, and I don't flinch, thankfully, so I do get to take out this Weavile as well with a Moonblast, which is excellent. And now I think he only has one move. That crit doesn't matter, obviously, because it's a Weavile, and Diancie is Diancie, obviously. So here he's just going to send in his last Pokemon, which is Goodra, and take rocks damage. And even after having over a quarter of HP lost, this Moonblast is not going to freaking take out this Goodra. Once again, just proving even further that this was either a Assault Vest or Spadef invested. But I think it's it has to be Assault Vest, honestly. It just has to be, because who would run Spadef Goodra, honestly? I don't think anyone would. I'd be surprised if they do. But yeah, there goes Goodra. It's gone. Good, finally, because this Goodra was actually kind of harassing my team a little bit. Every time I try to poison something, he would just come in. I try to use Rotom, brings in Goodra, proceeds to just go for a bunch of coverage moves, but thankfully I was able to beat this simple UU team, which is fine, honestly. I mean, I was kind of hoping he would bring something a little more tryhard, but he actually didn't, so oh well, that's fine. And like I said, I only showed this battle because he was using a team full of mons that I actually like, with the exception of Gastrodon, obviously. But yeah, either way, and this can, I guess, kind of qualify as a OU versus UU kind of team, kind of battle, kind of a thing, yeah. But anyways, good game to Staraptor King, and thank you all for watching this battle, and hope to catch you guys in the next battle. So yeah, catch you guys later.